With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This NFL Rivalry Series has been a popular one, and it continues here. Jets and Patriots underway on a Thursday night. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And the talented young man took over as a full-time starter week 6 of last season, showed a ton of promise as a rookie, despite having minimal help around him. His talent and potential, vast. I expect him to have a huge second year in the NFL.
First carry now for Ramondre Stevenson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. A great matchup here in the Northeast. We know about the New York-Boston rivalries in other sports, and this one just as heated. It goes back all the way to the AFL days in the 60s. Plus, you might recall it was a Jets-Patriots game in 01 that introduced Tom Brady to the NFL world as he took over for an injured Drew Bledsoe, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 43.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 43.
They'll throw with May. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 8.
The tight end Henry here in motion.
Throwing here is May.
Short pass caught by Henry. So the completion good for 7 there. And 3rd and 1 now.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
But they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Jamie Sherwood there to make the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Play action, May.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down.
Here's May.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Jermaine Johnson drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Deep for the Jets, Isaiah Davis.
And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And normally when you talk about a quarterback on his 3rd team in as many years, you're worried about this kid's potential. But in this case, Justin Fields has plenty of it, and he flashed it big time during his short tenure in Pittsburgh. Now he has an opportunity in New York to be a full-time starter once again, and the Jets are excited about his potential.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And the Jets, first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Wait for this.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. 20! And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 41 yards.
1st and goal, New York.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Ah, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your...
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Jets put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Nick Folk for the point after. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
Makes the score Jets 7.
5 plays there on that drive.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Now they show Jets sweep it instead. A run up the middle here.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From the gun, it's made. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down.
This is where you can try and get a tight end in space. They like this matchup, so they're going to let their 2 receivers to his outside run simple little short routes, hoping to suck up the secondary. And that'll free up space for their tight end on a corner route to make a big play.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
That's good for a Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down.
To throw, it's May. They set up the screen for Henderson.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
There was Will McDonald bursting in there and making that play.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Here is 3rd down and 4. To the air, May. That is caught. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
Looking to throw, May. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. May looking to run. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. The tight end, Henry, here in motion. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Patriots! Hunter Henry from 3 yards out. And the Patriots are an extra point away from drawing level. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now Hall to start the drive. Now he's loose at the 40. And down to the 16-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
7-7, our score after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And the agility got him a few extra before he's taken down right at the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
They'll go again with Hall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Fields. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
So on comes a field goal unit for the Jets. Here's Nick Folk. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Folk's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So the Patriots coming out now. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football to about the 33-yard line.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Gets this complete to Butte. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. First target, first catch, and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. Oh, what a move. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That's another Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Perfect execution on that inside handoff, and then a little will, a little brute strength to move forward after the contact.
What do we call that now in today's NFL? Heck, in today's football? Contact balance, right? That's the buzzword, the phrase you hear. A back who can absorb contact, bounce off of it, and keep moving. Just what you said, brute strength, force of will.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
Douglas, the man in motion. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he stopped immediately there. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Patriots first down.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 17-yard line.
From the shotgun, May with it.
It's complete to Diggs. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will knot us up at 10. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 at the 26-yard line.
The New York set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
That's good for the Jets. First down. A gain of 19 yards. First down, Jets.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Got a man, that's Lazard. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
90 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Hall again.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 8. Option play. Here's Hall.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Breece Hall
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets are going to take the lead.
So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
On for the extra point is Folk. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense and Drake May headed back onto the field. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. That's complete. Demario Douglas with it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the gun again to Henderson.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. Here it's 3rd and 2. Henderson will try and run for the 1st. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Now a handoff, Stevenson. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 45-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw.
May looking to run.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
A loss of 7.
They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's May. That pass complete. Here's Butte with it.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
It's now 4th
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
They'll run for it. It's Stevenson.
So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Here's Stevenson.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
They'll throw with May.
And he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal.
Henderson.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
brings up 4th
This is a
and goal.
long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called.
This is our last chance.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And this one is right through.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. This one finds Wilson downfield.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Looking to put a drive together. Play action. It's Fields.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Robert Spillane.
The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Now Fields.
He'll get this to Lazard. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 22 yards there, a first down.
And the Jets, first down. First and 10 at the
One of the selling points at the in
39-yard
route
line.
is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Here's Fields.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Milton Williams. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Fields hit, and the ball is loose.
And it's picked up by the Patriots. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2.
And following the turnover, they'll look to take the lead here as they start with a 1st and goal.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Douglas. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Patriots have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the 2nd half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
Borregales now for the extra point.
And that one gives them a 3-point lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Off play action, Fields. Wilson's got it on the crossing route.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
A gain of 15. First down, New York.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
The way in, touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall, 43 yards. And the Jets have retaken a third-quarter lead. Well, he was already over 100 yards running the football prior to this play, but this run may be his best yet.
I've got to agree with you on that one. We're looking at a guy running with extreme confidence, running in harmony and sync with his blockers, all of them kind of moving as one, and look at the end result. Big plays.
Now Folk for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen, did not let him get downfield.
Here's May. That's to the running back, Ramondre Stevenson. And Stevenson's going to have a Patriots first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball.
Will McDonald gets in there to take him down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Throwing here is May. He'll dump this down to Stevenson.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Davis now to return it. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The Jets offense and Breece Hall headed out onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Open man is a tight end, Mason Taylor. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Hall want to give up the middle. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Hall again on 2nd down. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Back to throw. Fields. He'll try and do this himself. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
First down. 1st and goal, Jets.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
They'll run with Hall. So he shifts past him. Breece Hall taking it in from 4 yards out, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, wherever he is on the field, he is certainly slippery with a football in his hands, and he proved it right there.
And normally moves like that aren't supposed to work this deep in the red zone because there's not enough space. Normally way more effective when you're working out in the open field. But here, incredible shiftiness, excellent contact balance, and he works his way into the end zone. On for the extra point is Folk.
that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Jets.
So the drive
31,
there took 6
Patriots
plays.
20.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
On play action, May.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Still 1st down.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Looking to throw, May. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
Douglas with a grab over the middle. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 16 yards. A little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
To the air, May. He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
Ramondre Stevenson.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Patriots have cut it back within a score.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for 2.
The Patriots will line up for a 2-point conversion.
May going to try and throw for it.
It's complete. And he's not going to get in as a try for two comes up empty. So they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Jets offense and receiver Garrett Wilson ready to get going again. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
To throw is Fields. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Now Fields going to run.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Fields, such an athletic quarterback, gets him the first.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Straight ahead is Hall. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, 60 yards. And the Jets use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. So it's a high 5 for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record. Now Folk for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Patriots 26.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
On the handoff, Stevenson. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now May on the sneak. And he will have the Patriots first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, the quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd.
To throw, it's May. Short pass caught by Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
2nd and 2. They set up the screen for Stevenson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Got a man, Boutte.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Keyshawn Boutte, 44 yards. And the Patriots have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The extra point now for Borregales.
And this is back to a 5-point game. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Jets taking over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
24-yard line.
Now it's Fields. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
The Jets on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they got to find.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Harold Landry in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Complete to Breece Hall. It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
Now they'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd down and long. Fields now to throw.
That's complete to Lazard. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's got some space here.
And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well. This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Fields.
Now he'll tuck. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Milton Williams
able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Folks' kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. Looking to put a drive together. Off the play fake. Here's May. Now pass complete. Here's Butte with it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 41-yard line.
They'll throw with May. Over the middle, complete. It's Douglas. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. 3rd and 7 now. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the gun on 3rd down is May. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Here's May. He finds Douglas complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Throwing here is May. They'll find Henderson out of the backfield here. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Henderson running straight ahead. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Brought him down. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here's first and goal. On the draw is Stevenson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. They'll look to throw. There's that man again. It's complete.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Third and goal.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. He's back to throw. May look, and he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go. The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
So now a big spot for the Pats as they'll go for 2.
The Patriots will line up for a 2-point.
May going to try to throw for it.
And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Jets offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Here's first and 10. Now Fields. They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
All eyes on Fields. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Jets, first down.
Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's first and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And that not what they wanted. They lose yards on first down.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
They'll come up now. This is second and long. Back back to throw. Fields. And this one into the hands of Mechie.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2. Here's Fields. That is caught. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Jets. First down. It's a gain of 10.
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout.
So the Jets won the toss. They'll get the first shot at finding a winner as we are back underway here in overtime.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Wilson's got it complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
They'll give to Hall.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up.
Here's Fields. He'll try to pick it up himself. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
Off play action, Fields.
He finds Taylor, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want to.
Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say,
and this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime. And that now 6 rushing touchdowns for him. And that ties him with Alvin Kamara, who on Christmas Day of 2020 also went for 6 touchdowns. And this is quickly turning into one of the great individual performances in NFL history.
Folk connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Patriots 41.
So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And now out come the Patriots.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
okay if I show my age a little bit, partner? Because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Looking to throw. May. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If you make someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
Patriots, 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Play action. May.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
You know they're going to be looking his way in overtime. He's had a fantastic game, but unable to hook up there.
And how many times do we see this situation where they actually complete that pass and you wonder to yourself, how do you let him get open? How do you not know they're going to go to him? He's their big play guy. In this case, they defended it well and knocked it away.
To the air, May. Left side caught by Diggs. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And they go play action with May. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16, and another first down.
Patriots, first down.
So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes his legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them.
Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. But, Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game. They got into position for that final play, had a decent look toward the end zone, but ultimately picked off, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, they gave themselves a great opportunity, didn't they? They'll replay that snap over and over, but sometimes you just have to give credit to the other side. Defense stood up in the final moment and came through with the interception.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Foxborough, good night, everybody.